My name is so
What's
so
that?
so sister. I want a tall businessman that's
Be like-
living in Abuja, but he has business abroad.
The bar has been raised so high, you cannot now even open up to a woman's family, even if you're really, really interested.
If we're talking about really, big mahars like that anyone could think of, they are much more deserving of it. More, you know the updates now.
Patients coming to me telling me their stories, like things they go through, bro.
I'm not someone that's a Yoruba man that's in this X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Then I'm not safe. I'm robbers with all bust everywhere. Bah, 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 bah.
Why is it? Those people that have abstained themselves and their body is functional, those ones, they go wrong mad now.
There's a test on ground. There's a test on ground. Men are going through a lot right now in this era. And no one is talking about, everybody's looking up, especially for students of knowledge. You are expected to just have this.
That's not what makes you get married.
Fear Allah, of course, that's on the surface level.
Nobody will sit down and say that
No, that's
Allah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the very first episode of the Reminderhoods podcast, where we delve into topics and discussions that help you grow in both dunya and akhirah, get a mindset shift, and ultimately aspire to build a better relationship with Allah. Now, bear in mind that it is fully acknowledged that we are all a work in progress. Hence, there is no judging anyone here, as we are all the returners.
And actually, by the returners, he actually mean that at a point in life, we all had to leave something for the sake of Allah, I mean, we understand there's pain attached to that, but then, best believe we'll talk about that in more episodes to come, inshallah. But then before we proceed, it's likely imperative. Talk Sarah is too much English, man. Okay, it's a must for us to connect with you, our audience, because we believe in fostering an environment and a community where sinners leave their sins in the past, right? And focus on the present, of course, after repentance, right? And without wasting any much of our time, without further ado, make we, if at all now, introduce ourselves, right? Saleh ibn Yahya, alias Abu Hammam.
Sahal, I'm Sahal ibn Abdul Aziz, alias Abu Muhammad.
And we have here with us
the man himself,
the doctor who serves
all the way from Azerbaijan,
Abu
Jannah, with the Gunnah.
MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum.
So let's kick off, right? How far, Abu Muhammad? What time's you up to now, Mo? You never see sister.
That's one I got sit for our way. Like,
It's still
you ever
such a
notice how before marriage, everyone tells you to marry for deen, but once you do, they suddenly want to care about tribe, class, how heavy your bank account is, and whatnot.
definitely.
Oh, is that your answer? SubhanAllah. Actually, you don't answer my question, Sha. But then anyways, what you're trying to say is the cultural trap that's been set in our society of today.
Exactly.
When you see a guy, he's well fit and he's able to, at least well compatible, But then he approaches a woman and, the family says no for many reasons that, they have, maybe the tribe, maybe risk, maybe, sometimes it may get as crazy as even the looks itself,
I get to understand, like, if it's about the, what they call it, like the genotype thing, that it's more reasonable. But like, just how can someone just take a look at something like beyond the deen, like taking a look at character, that's understandable. But things like being materialistic, and the main thing is that like everybody thinks like, oh yeah, we're going for what is right, but that's not what they go for.
Honestly,
That's not what they go for.
So for me to lay the ground, yeah.
Allah.
First off, I want to quote a verse from the Quran where Allah tells us, Ya ayyuhan nas inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin aw untha, right? That He has created man and women, right? وَجَعَلْنَا لَكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. That He has what? created us in nations and tribes, right?
Mm.
And لِتَعَارَفُوا, for us to get to know ourselves, right? Now Allah then said, إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَتْقَاكُمْ, that the most noblest from amongst us are those who have taqwa, right? And bro, everywhere, everybody, like everywhere, you keep hearing taqillah, 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 you know, fear Allah, fear Allah, fear Allah, and the likes. You know, fear Allah, of course, that's on the surface level, but there's a way the scholars define taqwa, right? So what is taqwa? Taqwa, as the scholars define it, it says, اتخاذ رقية من عذاب الله. That is seeking protection from the punishment of Allah, right? Through doing two things, by two conditions, right? بفعل المأمور, by obeying that which Allah has commanded us, and وَالسَّخَفِ الْمَرْفُوع, by staying away from that which Allah has prohibited for us. So the moment you're trying to attain taqwa, I believe that it has what? A direct relationship, right? You're trying to stay away from the halal, and you're trying to indulge in the halal rather, and stay away from the haram, halal, halal, right? And this has a direct relationship with what we iman.
True.
Because the more you're trying to attain taqwa, the more your iman is going to rise. As the scholars they say, that iman rises and it falls. So which brings us back to what iman actually is. What is iman, as the scholars define? They say huwa qawlun bil lisan, right? It's that which is said on the tongue, right?
Exactly.
That which is said on the tongue, we're talking ma'rifatullah am wa ma'rifatul nabi am. That is what brings you into the fold of Islam, right? Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah, right?
Yeah,
Testify there is no deity of true worship, right? Except who? Except Allah, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. As they further defined iman, they say wa amalun bil jawarih, and this iman is exerted what? On the limbs of man, right? And so since the iman is exerted on the limbs of man, it brings the hadith to mind where Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever you see goes to the mosque, right? That he's from people who has what? Bear witness that he's from someone who has what? Iman, right? And technically it makes sense, you know. How do you go to the mosque? You have to walk with your limbs, you know, obviously.
True.
Right? And it's also in the heart, incarnated in the heart. And this brings to the iman is actually in the heart as well. So iman is on the tongue, iman is exalted with the limbs, and iman is in the heart. And that brings what? The hadith where Prophet said, Inna Allah la yanzuru ila sawarikum wa amwalikum. Allah does not look at what? Your outward beauty, right? Nor your wealth. Walakin yanzuru ila qulubikum wa a'malikum.
Yeah.
Allah looks at what? Allah looks at what? Our hearts and our actions.
Actions.
Right? So, and this all makes sense. Just very soon. So now, well, why are we all trying to attain taqwa and iman and the likes? And everyone's just trying to, of course, is trying to what? Please Allah at the end of the day, right?
That's just
because Allah says in the Quran, "Inna hadha lahu al-fawz al-azim," right?
Allah.
That Jannah is a great attainment. لِمِثْلِ هَذَا فَلْيَعْمَلِ الْعَامِلُونَ. So those that should work for it. So at the end of the day, we're all trying to attain taqwa and iman because we are trying to, you know, attain that great attainment, right? Which brings us to the whole primary essence of creation itself. Allah said in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, that He has not created mankind nor jinn kind except to what? To worship Him. So if we believe that أَنَّ اللَّهَ خَلَقَنَا, that Allah has created us, وَرَزَقَنَا, and Allah is the one who provides risk for us, وَلَمْ يَتْرُكُ هَمَلًا, and He didn't do all this in vain, إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I think we should talk about marriage being an aspect of worship. Right?
Of course.
We should talk about marriage being an aspect of worship. And you know, Allah lets us know you know, marriage is actually Prophet lets us know that whoever what's it called? Whoever marries, whoever gets married completes what? Half of his deen. SubhanAllah. You know, and also Allah lets us know in the Quran, you see, Allah said, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُلًا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ, that He has sent prophet before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُمْ أَزْوَاجًا وَذُرِّيَّةً, and He has made for them wives and what? Children, right? And we're also taught, and so you see, with this we get to know that marriage and having a family is from the practice of the prophets, you know. So also in the Quran, Allah lets us know, you know, الَّذِينَ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ, right?
Yeah.
Allah grants His wives and kids who become what? The comfort of our eyes.
Comfort of our eyes.
From the hadith itself, Prophet said, Ya ma'ashar shabab, or you the youth, that whoever from amongst us is able to get married should what? Get married. But you know, it helps men to lower
their gaze. Yeah.
It helps one stay away from immorality. SubhanAllah. You know,
it brings us to the, you know, like when we talk about the, you know, health aspect of the whole issue you just mentioned.
No.
Wallah, Allah, keep mentioning that, faraj furujahum, like protecting you, the private parts. Why? Because, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one that created us. Like the
No.
anatomy of the human body, who else understand it better
Allah.
than who created it?
Allah.
You understand?
Allah.
So Allah knows what He's saying when He's
No.
mentioning these things. Because why am I even talking about this? Because like when you study the anatomy of the human body, like
No.
more or less, like it's something that you understand that like every part of the human body was built for a certain type of, like it's more like it has a purpose, just like how you were created like in a whole to worship Allah. That's how like every part of your body like is connected to each other. And guess what?
No.
Like we have a manual. Like basically the manual is written on your DNA. Like if you were to stretch your DNA, for example, like literally, I mean,
No.
like you would stretch a human DNA, like you'll be able to stretch it, let's say from this earth, like till the moon. That's how much this DNA it's been encompassed into just one DNA. And
Subhanallah.
that is why, like, you can't change things that come with that DNA because it's just like a manual. This every little cell inside your body is written how it should work till it dies. Subhanallah. Just imagine, and that what they call it, like the manual, the DNA, the whole, and that's why, like, when you see genetic engineering, what they do is they want to rewrite that DNA. Do you understand?
No.
When we say engineering, like when, for example, like, the artificial genetic engineering is like if someone can rewrite that DNA, like it means that you can be able to make your eye, let's say, like, work like an eagle's eyes. You see, like that's why it means that, every part of your body like has its own function. And the function when you were talking about like, like marriage as a whole, then it came to me like
Subhanallah.
that means that that part of your body has a function.
Wallahi.
And when it reaches its, how can I say, like span, where, and we'll talk about it later on, where I would actually like delve deeper. And
It's
yeah,
really deep, wallahi.
it's
And,
deep,
wallahi,
very deep,
wallahi,
wallah.
respectfully, bro.
Very deep.
Respectfully, may Allah increase our parents in khair and good.
I mean,
Bro,
I mean-
wallahi, a lot of men, they don't go talk out normally. But bro, there's this hidden chameleon under the carpet, where each and every guy in the in a household is actually, scared of walking up to, our parents to like let them know we really want to get married.
The
Like,
only thing I'm
there's
going
a
to say
test.
is like it choke.
Like,
It
and
choke.
then there's a test on ground, bro. Men are going through a lot right now in this era, and bro, no one is talking about. Everybody's locking up, especially for students of knowledge. You're expected to just have this, I'm just be a saint, like you're meant to
they collect pass.
You collect everywhere.
Not look at women, know your gaze and the likes, bro.
Because you we won't try the like the straight
Shout out to
path.
Mr.
But then,
No, you
but
can
let me tell you,
enter
let me tell you the
quickly.
real fact. Like
Yeah.
when you go to any sheikh, or let's say like your ustaz or your dad, like the first thing they start telling me is like you should fast Mondays to Thursdays. You should go and take lemon. I don't even who even gave them the idea of taking that lemon thing. Like when you take lemon,
Like, what does it do?
it just
Honestly.
literally, like, lemon has no relationship.
Bro.
It just has a sour taste. So basically, like what I'm trying to say, like, the the eyes are windows of the soul, of the heart. That during the Sahabas, like during
Ibn
that time,
Taymiyya or Ibn Jawzi,
it was during that time that it's the more you can understand when we talk about, okay, like you should fast and all. But bro,
Oh, bro, I just don't want to even cast a lot of things, but
bro,
like,
what
fasting and
what we're
the
having,
collect still
what
deep,
we're
bro.
having right now, what your eyes have seen has, like, your eyes have decoded a lot of things, like, bro.
Bro.
And
Believe me, it's not gonna be. It can't work.
Wallahi, bro.
It can work. More or
And-
less, like, it's something that you just see it, and you know what you feel. You know what you feel. So whatever anyone is telling you, like, you know what you feel. And I've met a lot of patients, and just like I said, like, we're gonna talk about like all these experience that I've had patients coming to me telling me their stories, like things they go through, bro.
All the way.
Youngins, bro, youngins, like, I'm talking about like
don't
13, 14, 15, bro. You know,
You,
because I also talk about like what we call
damn.
precocious puberty. Precocious puberty, it means like when your body develops before the actual time. Why? Because of the environment you live in. You understand?
Subhanallah.
We have people like females that, you know, they develop at the age of 10, 9, precocious puberty. Why? Because of the environment. Like if you check in the environment in the UK, the US, and all this Western world, this is what's happening right now. You understand? When your body starts seeing things through the eyes, and that's why we say the eyes are the window of the soul. Because when it sees, it directs to the brain, and the
The
brain
ears
is
as
like,
well.
bro, you see waiting they occur for that place, but you
Bro,
do it yourself.
bro,
You
it's hard,
understand?
man. It's hard, bro.
Aside that,
No.
personally, yeah, I feel like social media is something that we need to really deep on, because
I guess,
even just it by itself.
That's the environment I'm talking about, actually.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
actually referring to
like
social media,
80%,
especially
80%.
for those in the uni.
Like, bro.
Bro, do you know what goes down in uni?
Subhanallah, bro. Bro, I obviously
We-
like this guy, bro. I know the fit now where I face, bro. Like, especially
Yeah.
towards my 300, 400.
I'm gonna tell you
when
my
we've been
experience.
on.
I'm gonna tell you my
Alhamdulillah.
experience, like, you know, that I've had,
Alhamdulillah,
you know,
man.
like living in you know, places close to Russia and things I've seen. Basically, like there was one time, like I met one guy and we're talking. He asked me, like, you know, have you ever, you know, like taken alcohol, do all of these things, like, you know, and I told him like, well, I'm not even calling myself a saint. I just feel like, you know, these are things I shouldn't do. And he actually swore that that's not possible. Like, it's not even possible. How can I be
Like-
of this age and haven't tried all of these things, you know? And I was like, bro, is that how you guys think over here? You understand? So,
You can imagine. You can
That's
imagine.
deep. So I feel like, bro, what we really need to like table, again, like what we need to table is what the men are going through, you know, and how men in this era like are going through a lot, coming from two aspects, right? And those two aspects, you know, of course, our parents as well. May Allah increase them in goodness.
I mean,
But wallahi, our parents are in a way, you know, unnecessarily, intentionally or unintentionally delaying marriage. And subhanallah, most of them don't realize that this actually has like a psychological or a physical harm.
when
you
you're
know,
done,
an
I'm
emotional
going to
harm
read
also.
you guys
Also on men.
very important
Men,
studies.
you know. Subhanallah.
Of course.
And this is how I see it. Yeah.
Inshallah.
One of the major effects that I see, one of the major problems that I see now, bro, is what's it called? As the scholars say, dafu yaqeen, weak certainty, right? And that has a lot to do with tawakkul, because you know, what's tawakkul itself, as the scholars they define, it says i'timad ala Allah, is relying in Allah, right? Wa isnad umuri ilay, and leaving all affairs in the hands of Allah. So this is where the shift is happening now. The shift is that reliance in Allah has been is tilting from Allah Himself to tribes and to tribes and risk.
Risk.
So, and let me give a quick analogy of how I explain tawakkul to people, right? And the quick analogy I used to explain tawakkul is it's like someone falling into a well. Now, when you fall into a well, and with this, I'll introduce the twin brother of tawakkul, because they go hand in hand, which is what? Asbab. Barakallahu fi. It's asbab, taking a
Taken
means,
by the
right?
means.
So when one falls into a well, what having tawakkul alone without asbab means is for you to fall in the well, fold your hands and ask Allah to bring you out without making an effort. That's tawakkul without asbab.
True.
Whereas asbab without tawakkul is actually wanting to or trying to bring yourself out of the well without the help of Allah. Two of them can't work.
Can go
They
hand in
have
hand.
to go like, you know, hand in hand. And that's where most of us are having a problem right now. You know, we're losing our focus, we're losing tawakkul in Allah, and it's tilting towards tribe and risk. For tribe, let's take for example, subhanallah, bro. You pay me, yo, understand? I'm gonna pay chap, bro. You know, and
Subhanallah.
a lot of tribes in this time and era, especially in Nigeria, bro, we've ascribed certain things to certain tribes.
True.
Yorubas are seen sometimes as wicked.
Yeah.
Ibiras are seen as
Violent.
violent.
Violent, like,
Nupes are seen as the witchcraft of the nation.
Authoritative, yeah.
Authoritative. Fulani men are seen as they lack intellectuals
they like
and the likes.
intellectual, yeah.
So I see, you know, like there's a tilt from relying in Allah to the religion, to the tribe rather, where if I approach like a family, the first thing they look at rather is what tribe I'm from, who I am,
But
instead of who I am rather.
honestly, like, what I've realized, like, here in Nigeria, especially the northern part of Nigeria,
Yeah.
culture and religion, they go hand in hand. Just like how you mentioned, like tawakkul, like taqwa and asbab, yeah.
Yeah.
They go, they go hand in hand. Just like the way they take, I'm just telling you, like from what I've seen, the way they take culture, they go hand in hand. Like someone can make before he makes a decision, he checks the culture and then checks the religion. Like if the religion doesn't favor what he wants deep inside him, he goes with the culture.
goes
This
with
is
the
what
culture.
this is exactly like, for example, so many times you see people when they want to get marry off their daughter, what they check is like, is he from like this certain state?
Yeah.
They don't even take a look at like, okay, who are you, the person? Like they don't really care. They don't really care. They say like, okay, you're from the Niger state, you're Nupe. You people are
Chicken
known
and
for.
jazz.
You people are
Chicken
like
and Kena jazz
magicians.
boy,
Chicken
Like,
and jazz man.
Zai zo
Subhanallah. Don't call me shirk, bro.
ya cinye mu da tsabi mayu ne. Mayu ne.
Don't call me
Ke
shirk,
kin
subhanallah.
tabbata cewa ba maye ba ne. Ka gane?
Bro,
So
this is
it's
something
deep.
I
It's
tend to say
something
to
like,
people,
like,
you don't generalize certain things to a whole population of people, like just because you have experiences or you might have heard that people are talking about, this, I've had this experience, so automatically everyone that you know that is from that side
It's like
is
that.
the same.
Abba, no.
Such a language of the ignorant.
This reminds me, most of the wives of Prophet Muhammad
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
are they from the tribe?
No.
They're not from
No,
the tribe.
they're not from his
They're not
tribe,
from
yeah.
his tribe.
They're not from his
I
tribe.
think close to 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Subhanallah, can you imagine Abdurrahman being out married his sister to
Of
Bilal
course,
ibn
Bilal ibn
Rabah,
Rabah.
senior in
Yeah.
Ethiopia. They're not of the same. And Prophet told us we should learn take our deen from him. Three golden generations.
You think when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned what he said, وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا, like he was the one that made you guys in tribes. لِتَعَارَفُوا بَيْنَكُمْ. Like, you understand? He didn't say like, لِتَعَارَفُوا بَيْنَكُمْ. Like, between yourselves. Like, you understand?
No.
So, like,
I feel like
deep.
I feel like from amongst what might be holding a lot of people now, even if they actually want to, take that step, like when it comes to getting married, obviously anyone with a functioning brain would want to get married. It's something natural. You understand?
that's what I was trying to talk about. Don't, even if you don't want to, you have, what are we talking about? We're talking about this simple thing. Like, your body has needs.
It has needs.
Bro,
Subhanallah.
you have a functioning body. If you are well, you're healthy, you eat well, you have to give your body its need. Like, do you know how the heart works? The bladder? Like, when you drink water, you need to urinate. The bladder is full. It needs to go out. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Now, like, you have every organ in your body working. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
I feel
and now you're telling me like you eating healthy, you sleeping, you don't have any problem.
You don't have
and
desires? Are you
don't have
kidding me?
Are you joking?
As we
Mustahil,
used to
it's
say,
not possible.
Abu Hammam,
No.
there are 3 things.
I see what you did there.
Either
Mm.
you are ill.
You are ill.
And by ill, na'udhu billah, we mean man follow man.
Yeah, of course.
Something like that, yeah.
Na'udhu billah min dhalik.
Yeah.
That one now, another topic. But
That's-
drug
that's
illness
another
where we
thing.
talk about. Number 2, came munafiki.
I swear.
Wallahi.
you
Wallahi.
are-
في الدرك الأسفل.
I'm telling you, subhanallah. Or the third one,
Wallahi. You're into doing something like it's either you're doing,
third one,
you're
that
eating,
one, that third one.
like, now one. Cause
you're a liar.
You're
Kazab.
a liar.
Kazab.
Because I don't see why.
Kazab.
I don't see why it was a guy a functioning, fully functioning operating guy would be telling their guys about me. I don't feel anything around women.
Let me tell.
I just I can be with them, play them. There's nothing. I don't feel nothing. Bro,
No,
Are you okay?
he's not
Bro, is
okay.
that
Whining.
you're lying?
Let me tell you
Tell me
something. It's just like someone telling you, like,
That's
bro,
just-
whenever I drink water, I don't urinate. My bladder, it doesn't work. This is the same thing. Like,
You know, I've met some
that's
people. Yeah,
just the same thing.
funny how sometimes we tend to have discussions like this. I've met some people, like they feel very confident in themselves. Like, you know, a woman, I can't, like, I know how to control myself. I'm like, bro,
Control kill you there.
even Allah is our-
Control kill you
He has
there.
informed us in the Quran.
When Yusuf alayhi salam, when he was saying an ma'adallah, you think say him no get control.
Subhanallah.
You think say him no get control.
Subhanallah.
No,
If
no,
it
no.
And
isn't
actually,
for
even
Allah,
from, you see, regarding Yusuf alayhi salam, it's actually from when Allah said, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum, the Sahabas went to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they asked him who's from the noblest. And he told them the most noblest is one who fears Allah the most. And then they asked him again, who's from the noblest? And then I think there was a time, this is Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, he said, the son of Allah, who's the son of Allah, who's the son of Khalid, and that was Yusuf. And Yusuf alayhi salam stood.
Bro,
Just as
bro,
he
let
said,
me give you guys like a basic like visual imagination of this thing.
Inshallah.
Like basically, look at we have Iblis. Iblis is like, you know, the king of Shaitan and everything. Like now, when you're about to commit, when you guys are both together, like the female and, you know, both of you are together. Do you know how many shayatins?
bro, both of them. I don't hope to be there. them, like that analogy, yeah.
Inshallah. Like
Both of them.
imagine
Yeah.
being there, like the person, like the person
Being in
being
the
there.
shoes.
Do you know the army of shayateen that they sent to him? Like, and you're telling me like he just, and imagine he has a functioning body. Remember, I've always said he has a functioning body that, like, normally it was created to work. It was not created to be as a vesicle or
Dormant,
the,
like,
like,
just
you know,
there.
it was created to work. And now you're telling me that this person will tell you like, no, I don't feel anything. Mustahil. It's not possible.
Wallahi, can
Ajib.
Have you heard? You said the story of Barsisa.
Very
I've
remarkable.
heard the story of this.
Yeah.
Look at
That's
Barsisa.
not a career.
No,
Look, before they started the story of Barsisa, they gave you an insight of how much of like a noble man he is. What you're talking about taqwa,
now
forget
wetin
about
I
it.
dey
You're talking
talk to
about
guys
tawakkul.
now. You
You're
feel
talking
they
about
defined.
forget about it.
You feel they defined for life. Like you are driven. Like you get focused. One woman, one lady send you up. I'm telling you.
That's deep.
Now why Omo? I know they make more.
He takes it-
Come to woman matter.
No. Shaitan, he takes his time. He takes his like he can take, for example, like 10 years just working on you with that woman. It will know it will you guys might
Yes,
be in the
now.
same role and nothing will happen. This it can happen.
Baby steps.
Baby, ha.
Baby
I'm
steps.
telling I'm talking about Barsisa. Barsisa, she was in another place. Like imagine this is where he stays. He has to like walk like a certain distance before he goes and give food. And he used to put it. Then she opened the door and go and take it. Then he was like, Shaitan came to him. He's like, bro, like, don't you have pity? Like, you know, you're letting her like, you know, just
Yeah.
imagine set up.
And you know something again, yeah. I feel like some of our elders, unfortunately, it's like we're not living in the same world with them. What do I mean by
It's like
this?
no, you know, like
Or-
what they feel is they feel like why should you be talking about this? Like talking about this to some parents, they feel like you're promiscuous. Like they feel like, you know, promiscuity
yeah.
promiscuity is going on with you. Like jama'a she yaran na ɗaya iska ne.
I got it.
But shouldn't it be a thing of joy
Like-
that your child walks up to you? Like you guys have that beautiful relationship, and he tells you or she tells you, Dad, there's this guy I'm interested in, and I would like for you to at least get to know them, like their family. Because
Someone
you know
will
what
be,
I'm feeling.
someone
within
will be
myself.
saying like go and you know study like you know university stuffs and that, you know.
This is
Still
another-
on the men.
it's Still on the men. This is
Still
something
on the
again I
men.
feel like we need to
Still
deep
on the men, yeah?
because
Yeah,
think
even-
about it.
Yeah?
Why do people have this concept? I feel like maybe we call them young boko. Some of them.
Yeah.
You cannot carry your university along with being married.
Scam.
Like, especially if they've actually passed through university, like
and actually know what
and
happens.
know what happens.
and what goes down.
And like each generation that comes after the other, it's actually like what they are used to. Obviously,
Peer
it's not-
pressure is real.
it's- aside peer pressure, man.
Wallah.
Aside
Fitna is real,
peer
man.
pressure, what we were just talking about before we started the whole podcast. This thing about FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have the tarbiyah that you are going to give your child
Cool and interview.
when he or she comes to school. There are these people waiting.
Let me give you an example. Like the first time I went to the university,
No.
like I was all alone. I was basically, bro, it was one day, just one day that I realized like I actually have a set of my own goals. Like I can decide to destroy myself,
A split second.
with my hands,
Yeah.
What happened? Like a hooker came to me, like I was walking to school. I basically went to buy something. She came to me. She told me like, I didn't even understand these things, to be honest. Like, because like here, you're not going to be picturing yourself, But this time around, like, I was all alone. She came to me. She said she wanted to talk to me. I was like, okay. You know what she said? She said like, let's go to her house.
Now go.
And of
do it.
course, you know what it means.
It's a good ipa.
No, it's not.
Do you understand?
what I mean.
You understand?
Yeah, what I mean.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if I can choose, like I can choose to go with her, no one will know this except me, her, and Allah. You understand what I'm trying to say? My dad is not there. My friend,
You're all by
I'm
yourself.
all by myself. This is what I'm trying to say, and this is where you understand like everything I'm talking about. Like you don't do things for anyone; you do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Because during that time, you understand. That was when you close your eyes, you feel that I have these urges. Like
Of course.
like
You
I
do.
have these urges.
It is like-
bro, this is real. You
Knock,
understand?
knock.
No.
Yeah, back again.
Wallahi.
Now,
Okay.
still on the matter of the issues men are facing, right? Because them OGs, now they will talk am normally, but now it will be the face PD. So
Everyone knows
let's
what they.
relate.
Everyone knows
Oh,
what
you don't
they.
reach to
let's
talk now.
let's relate. The second one I mentioned,
Yeah.
right? Having a tilt of tawakkul in Allah,
No.
tilting towards what? Risk.
No.
Now, Allah, it's a huge test in this time and era that the future risk of a man is being determined by his apparent risk before marriage.
Exactly.
That's deep.
Exactly. That's just it. Wallahi.
His future, because it's the way you come,
That's what they think.
that's
like
what they think would go on for life.
for life.
So
True.
if you come with like just soft, normal, comfortable guy, there's this fear of this guy if he sustain me for
True. True.
can I be able to ride
Exactly.
this guy to Jannah?
This what you said. It's deep.
bro.
It's deep.
But if we are being real with ourselves,
It's
yeah,
deep.
many of these parents, unfortunately, and I don't mean I'm not going at any parent in any way, shape, or form, but we have to say things the way they are, At the end of the day. How did they start?
Bro, to be honest, I can't tell, bro. Like how it started, to me, if I really delve on that, it's going to be a problem. But like, what's really going on right now? Imagine, bro, he has tilted so much. We've forgotten the verse where Allah says, "Awalam ya'lamu anna Allah yabsutu rizqa liman yasha'u wa yaqdir." Don't we know there's Allah who increases wealth and decreases wealth?
Allah.
إن في ذلك لآيات. Allah didn't say لقوم يتفكرون, the people who reflect. Allah didn't say لأولي الألباب, the people who understand. Allah said لقوم يؤمنون, the people who believe. So this shows that all it takes for you to believe that risk comes from Allah is belief.
It's beneath.
It's belief. And
So
it's really
can you
crazy what
say
they ask
something?
for.
Well, why does it seem like one is not rolling? The camera.
It's
I feel like,
it is.
are you sure?
It is. It is. I'm
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So it's really deep. It's really deep as to, bro, you'd go walk up to a family, bro, everything is going perfectly, and then all of a sudden, because they say no, why? God, I'm like shower like niche, or you're going to suffer a hand of this or that. Risk is now like used to determine what's going on. And social media has now contributed in a way because
Social media has
it's
done a
raised
lot.
the standards so high that apparently every woman out there now is thinking a man from within the age of 18 to 30 has to be a millionaire before he gets
And
married.
you know,
You have
that's
to have your house,
Wallah.
your car,
Wallah.
your everything set up for you before you get married.
And that's what
Allah Barik,
Wallah.
you know, for those who actually are able to be in those situations, but that's not the case for every guy.
Yeah,
That's not just the
that's
case
not
for
just
every
the
guy.
case.
And that's
for
why, like, you
every
know,
guy, for being real.
when I take a look at, you know, the type of woman I want to get married with, like one of the key things I check for is a woman that can be by your side and, you know, like, you know, work with you, like be there for you. Like, you know, when it was, you know, when you see the concept of love,
Speaking about this,
you understand?
Oh yeah,
a girl updates.
we get updates.
You understand?
Now you even give us your updates. Partially you and you as well, and myself. But I'm going to talk about
Jordanian.
Not
So-
to one run. But just trying to
I'm
jack
not-
you know.
So just take a look at it. Like
Yeah.
the concept of love, that's not what makes you get married. Like when you get married and you do it out of love, like love fades away, believe it or not. No matter how much you love a person, when you love that, you can't see a situation with someone unless you stay with them. If I tell you, like, how do you see yourself with your wife when you get pregnant? You tell me, oh, I will be this, blah, blah. You don't.
You
You
don't.
have to be in that situation.
Situation for you to be
Do you
able
know
to, you know.
things women go through when they're pregnant? A woman can just wake up and tell you directly, tell you that she hates you, or tell you like, I don't want to be with you, or I don't love you, and that's not how she feels. That's you know,
That's
like
just
that's her body.
emotions.
And now it's left for you. You will have sabr, you'll have like that patience, but for how long? You know? So that's when you understand that do I really love that woman? And this is when you understand like why did you even get married to her in the first place? Do you understand?
yeah.
And that's why, like, you know, these are things when someone has been with you by your side when you were nothing and now you're something. This thing will just come into your head like she was there with me, she was by my side, you know. You know,
give you opportunity
these
to date
things.
with now you could
You
even
understand?
understand. They
So
don't even give room
they know
for
they
that
give, they just they
at all.
bro.
And you know something very like I feel like it has plagued the ummah to an extent.
Yeah.
The Prophet sallallahu alaihi
Alaihi wasallam.
wasallam said to us in an authentic hadith,
Yeah.
خير النكاح أيسره. يعني the best marriage, the most barakah, is the one that is the easiest.
Sometimes when you say this for life, you always remind me of Abu Tawheed. Bro, that marriage was so simple.
In another narration, خير الصداق أيسره. The
Allah.
best dowry is the one that is easiest.
True.
But with social media at play and it's what many of our sisters, unfortunately, because I feel like sisters are more affected
They're more affected.
compared to guys, because we guys, you know,
Affected in what way?
like based on abubuwan da suke gani,
What do you mean?
wanting
Wanting
to wanting to have what they are seeing online.
Fair enough.
You understand?
True.
Because
Baka ga me na ce ba?
kawata-
Baka ga me na ce ba? Na ce ma cewa like irin you want a guy that you know he knows how to recite, he has the judo. Na ce
wa-
shi wannan unku ladanin angonku shi har yanzu bai aure ba me yasa baki je wurin shi eh
So
Eh?
I lie, bro.
to
So the more their eyes are exposed to things like this,
The higher the ladder, the higher the bar rather they raise, and this is where the problem is. I was speaking with a friend on Friday, and he said something that's profound. Now that this is happening in Kanu and Jos, now when guys in Ghana, you know, men have understood that okay, this is what the women want. You just want to see
Yeah.
this, see me this way apparently. You know what they do? They start like doing the whole marriage meeting thing. He goes with a different car this week, goes with a different car next week, goes with a different car next upper week. And then there's this concept now that's popping that the guy now
He's doing
does what
well.
is called hire and leafy. You know, he goes and hires, you know, all this stuff the man actually culturally gives to the woman, right? And this is what happens. Say at already the wedding has been conducted, the everything has been sealed, right? Then in the marriage house, like in their house, right? What happens is if the following week armed robbers will just bust everywhere. Bah, 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 bah,
Why are
bah.
you serious?
I'm telling you, bro.
Bro, is
live
that
and
is that
direct.
arm robber part that got me? You know why?
Bro.
Because I was expecting that he would tell her, "Oh, I'm sorry, I had to go."
Bah,
But is
bah,
that
armed robbers,
that
they bust the house. Bah, bah, bah,
take
bah,
away
bah.
all the living one
Ah,
by
yeah,
one?
yeah,
like
it's been sealed.
the
You're seeing his
cewa
wife.
Augusta
Actually,
sora
the
akwa
guy is
sora akwati
scripted,
daya
kid.
sora akwati
Scripted,
daya
bro.
fa
No.
budo ka sha daya sora daya.
And she remains the wife. So, bro, why won't guys these are some of the guys go to this extent to now
So this
get the
so
love
this
of their
same guy,
lives.
this same guy will come and be telling you like, "Irin ka Aisha ba Aisha kasha aure wasa ne."
And
Bro.
you know something.
deeper.
An interesting study, or let me say studies I came across. There's this psychologist here, John T. Cacioppo from the University of Chicago.
Okay. Interesting.
He was a pioneer of social neuroscience,
Now,
and a major part of his work focused on how loneliness affects the brain and health. So he found that lonely people wake up more often during sleep. How interesting.
that's deeper.
Showing that their brains are always alert, as if they feel unsafe even while resting.
Child.
So this shows that loneliness keeps the body in a state of stress, which can be harmful to one's health.
Of course. Like when a person is lonely, automatically your body, like you see, that's why we call these hormones oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. We call them happy hormones. Like your body needs them. Just like how you eat food, they need to be released to make you happy. That's why your brain loves love. That's why, like when you're in love, your brain will just decrease anyhow. You understand?
They go give you advice.
because you go drink.
You they see am or you dey
That's why
fool
they say
yourself,
they
or
say
to
love.
you,
That's why
or-
they say love is blind because it loves that hormone. So when your body is not having these hormones, from time to time, let's say you just feel that loneliness. You see, go to elderly homes like in the UK, US, Western world. You see, like when you enter the place, you see like it triggers diseases like Alzheimer. You know, like a lot of dementia because the lack of that hormone is not being. You understand?
Yeah.
It's produced like bit by bit. Stress hormones, cortisol inside your body is like it's much, you know. So when cortisol in your body is much, so many things, you know.
I don't know why when you say cut, so I remember the thing you sent me the other day. That's it on Instagram. That thing, you remember?
Okay, that thing. What happened? Like one of the
No, the benefits of.
Okay. Talk calm now. Why you?
Nah.
Higher.
Yeah, okay.
Don't be.
Yeah, okay.
I know what's funny. Not funny, rather. Like let's just be real.
Yeah.
You want this, I want this.
Yeah,
we
fact.
all want it. So why not try to be considerate and make things easy for ourselves?
To be honest. To be honest.
Here's another interesting study. So, another large study with regards to mental health in the metropolis found that while married men and women have similar mental health levels, single men mental health worsens faster with age.
Yeah.
Nearly half of single men between 50 and 59 in the study showed signs of serious mental health problems.
Of course.
That's deep. I think.
Because,
Yeah.
listen to this.
Yeah.
Marriage, it allows people to share both happiness and hardship. Having a wife gives a man emotional support,
Of course.
comfort, and a safe space to express his struggles.
Of course.
A kid,
And
yeah.
vice versa.
Of course, a kid.
Marriage train a woman changes the barbarian in a man.
You understand when we're talking about like emotional difficulties like these stuffs. Being a Nigerian,
I see where the doctor is coming.
being a Nigerian, you're already like behind by 4-0. Like life is leading you, way back. So it means that you have to struggle extra hard.
And
So
you never have to face life alone.
of course, at the age of
I'm not saying that, so
you know,
and Allah will test us with more than how which we can carry. Allah make
True.
it easy. Allah make it easy for us. And speaking about there's this research where this shows how much single men suffer compared to married men. Now listen to the stats. Nervous breakdown. Single men have 3 times more nervous breakdown than married men. difficulty sleeping, nightmares. They all have 3 times more than married men. Depression, phobia is 30% more in single men than in married men, right? Violent crimes is 5 times more. Rape is 5 times more. Lower income. Now, single men earn 30% lesser than who? Married men. And this reminds us of the verse, of course.
Of course.
يَكُونُوا فُقَرَاءَ يُغْنِيهِمُ اللَّهُ
يغنيهم
مِنْ
الله.
فضله. In fact, if they are poor, Allah will what? Allah will enrich them from His bounty. And it also reminds me of the statement of Umar, where he said we should seek prosperity through what? Through marriage. Through marriage, bro. Look at all the best, really soapy men at this single age.
Even the women as well.
Of course.
The women too.
Like-
But bro, research says, bro, that we suffer more.
Yeah.
And they've got facts to back it up.
See, one of the major things
They
that
suffer. I mean,
one of the major
I'm not
things
attacking any woman, yeah, but
that is going on right
suffer more.
here in like our society is like men suffer a lot. If you'd ask like the mental health of the youths of Nigeria right now, one of the main issues are marriage.
Yeah.
Especially when we talk about like coming from the northern side, Islamic perspective. Why am I talking about Islamic perspective? When you're talking about like people that actually like live their life, like they do have concubines, they have like girlfriends. Like you'll be staying with your girlfriend.
People would naturally incline to
You'll be staying with your girlfriend and you're gonna be acting like you're already married, like do everything. So when we talk about like when we say like you're having these issues, you don't have these issues. So for them it's more or less like something. But for example, in the north, you know how we have like this haya and everything. You know, if you like a girl, you can't do these things. So you have to like protect yourself till you get married. So that is what I'm talking about. That is where the issue rises because
leads them to masturbation.
of course.
Like,
and then
on this matter,
imagine-
like masturbation you're
Everybody
talking
they
about.
run out, they knock off.
so
Sorry for interrupting
subhanallah,
you. I sent you something a couple days back, if you can remember.
Yeah, the one
Items
retrieved
that
from
were
Nasarawa State.
Harvard
Yeah.
State University.
Bro.
Like, this goes to show you what happens. Like,
Of
it
course.
has gotten to that level.
of course a long time ago.
Have it in mind, it's not just specific to
Bro, I was really
Nasarawa
shocked.
State
I was
University.
really shocked that
It's everywhere.
that much.
It's everywhere.
I was really shocked that much was retrieved from Nasarawa.
State University.
Okay, I called it.
So how do I even by myself? We caught. But
Bro,
I mean,
that much, bro,
yeah.
bro. Last, Kagani. Truth, not true to him, bro.
So
Because
people,
A full bucket,
people
bro.
would naturally incline
basket.
towards something else.
put
because
something else. Because
you
like
need to-
what did I mention? I said like it's like having a full bladder, and it's working.
it's working.
You need to urinate. You need to
need
let
to-
it out. You understand? So that's why I'm saying like when it comes to the human body, like for females, we're talking about on another the issues on another level because most women when they reach before I even start like a woman, her body actually reaches full maturity at the age of 23. When she reaches 23, the whole body from head to toe, it reaches like full development, like download completed. You understand? So during that time, she has to get married. If she doesn't get married, like 2-3 months, she has to visit the gynecology. Like apart from her monthly cycle, she'll be having cramps. These cramps are, the passage of, the uterus. Like it's gonna be, contracting by itself. Telling you that, bro, like you need to get married. This is like I was made my function. I'm download complete. I have to work. You understand. This is for females. When we come to men,
It's crazy.
it's another thing.
This thing is going on.
When it comes to men, let's
Everyone
say
is just
25,
looking
26, 27, 30. At the age of 30, it has reached like the climax. Like during that time, you're not even going to be having, when you reach 16, 18, you'll be having dreams.
Yeah, wet
so that
dreams.
wet dreams. Why? Because your body wants to. It's actually like testing. When you for example.
Trial and error.
For example,
kind
like
of
when
thing.
you have the mic, you have to do testing to check if it's
Yeah.
working. Yeah? This is the same thing. Your body has, okay, we've produced this. Let's see if it's working.
No
like,
way.
Let's try to, like lubricate and everything. You understand? But now that was then. That was like 10 years ago. Now you're
Testing,
30, bro. We finished testing, bro. What are we waiting for? You
Now
understand?
you guys
Like,
enter
what are we
streets, they
what are we
call
waiting
it.
for? You understand?
I'm telling you, you need to
Everyone
cut
is
it to
inside
life.
the room, like no one is going out. Like, we're going through the back door. Like, why when will we open this door and go out? Like, you understand?
That's deep,
And
bro.
you know
You
something?
don't mean it, bro.
I said something to a cousin of mine. I love him for the sake of Allah. Abdul Jabbar, you know him.
Yeah, of course I know. Jeff,
We was talking a few days back, and he was like,
oh, man.
he said something that really got to me. It was something that was very profound. Nobody knows the future, it's in the hands of Allah, Allah Alam.
Mm-hmm.
But why does it feel like there's going to come a time? All these things where we they run from now, maybe say everybody just they lock up 1 2 1 2. We'd be forced to actually look at those things. Why? Because there's going to be an increase in zina. If it's not already happening.
So what you're saying?
We have
Reminds
it.
me
We
of
have
the
a
hadith.
10x.
10x.
10x, and this exact thing you were saying reminds me of the hadith of Prophet said towards the end of time, there's going to be an increase in women to the extent where one man would be equivalent to 50 women. And by that, doesn't necessarily mean marriage, like one man has to marry 50 women. No, that's not where we're coming from. But one man will have to be like the qayyim, have to be like the provider for like of course Allah Ta'ala is a provider, but like the asbab, right? So one man will have to be that person for the women, and this is men, yeah. And this is without na'udhu billah, the ones that are already in love with themselves, the guys that are already claiming to be in love with themselves, this is them included.
Yeah.
So when you extract their number out of the remaining sane men, bro, the number is less, bro.
Yeah.
So if you check it out, like, there's a problem.
There's a huge problem.
If we're all quiet, but it was locking up, fighting those demons inside, a time will come, bro. More. And the scholars are always advising, get married. People are seeing this stuff, get married.
Are you saying that
The women
the Prophet
themselves,
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he knows what he said
So,
when he said, "Ya ma'ashar al-shabab, man istata'a minkum al-ba'ata falyatazawwaj."
Wallah.
Like, think about it.
That was during that time.
That was during that
How
time.
many years ago?
bro,
That was during
Understand?
that
That
time.
was
fast
during
drop,
that
everybody
time.
starts acting up ASAP.
Yeah.
If we don't,
When the revelation
reduce
is-
our standards, many people go pay for house.
No one is saying reduce the standards. No one is saying reduce the standards. Just
Accept
what's
it
the
in
word?
your head.
Just- in a
And
way-
that's why most guys right now, what they do is, they don't really care about this. Like, they commit their zina, like they move on and
when
do,
you're getting what you should get,
and just keep it hidden.
And
That's
then
when you're
secret
getting
lifestyle.
what you should get in marriage,
Yeah.
getting reward
would
from
you
that.
mind?
would you mind?
You wouldn't mind again now.
Like,
Just that now,
Then you
You
will
are
want
earning
practice.
sayyi'at
Then
for
you will want practice.
but you that you
you just
really want
collect.
to,
just be bro.
and it's not far fetched because should be told, we had like this. You must have heard of it. Anonymous stuff that happened in my school a few days back.
Yeah.
We needed to see what people were saying.
Bro.
I know they are going to see this video, but I'm I'm using it as a perfect case study here because I actually wanted to see it. And I'm saying this because just for people out there to know the thoughts in people's mind, even though we actually know, but I'm saying the longer it stays there, sooner it's going to be acted upon. Had somebody, obviously it's a guy. I'm not going to mention the sister's name, but she's a Muslim. He mentioned her and he was like, when the school resumes, he would like to do so to her.
Anonymous.
Anonymously.
Wow.
And she saw it. So you can imagine.
Oh, that's deep. But I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised. Even me, I'm not surprised. It's expected.
like I said, just like I said, you are not ill. You're healthy. You eat, you sleep, your body is functional. Your bladder is full, you need to urinate. This is the same thing. All parts of your body are functioning. It has to work. You can't just have,
Bro. You can't work.
yeah, you can't just have the functional body, and you're just gonna be okay, like I'm going to use some organs, and some organs I will control them.
Say about this, yeah. Do you believe? And I want a yes or no answer. Do you believe that women, especially here in Nigeria, actually have a functional body? Functioning body. Do you believe?
Of course.
Come
They
again?
do.
I
Do you
hear
believe this our women actually have a functioning body?
in Nigeria?
Yeah,
They do.
It
they do,
depends.
right?
What are you referring to? Like,
The way they behave doesn't tally with them being
And that's why, like,
having a functional body. Because sorry, yeah. Because if this thing is actually on your mind and it's disturbing you, your body's reacting and the likes, why would you go on Twitter and what you're in need of for marriage on Twitter? You're saying stuff like, if a guy does not have a house in Guzape for his start,
you are leaving something out.
for his start, you should
It's
even
terrorist.
you should even-
You need to be specific. It wasn't just a house.
that's the same thing I'm talking about. Like, most of these girls, like, it's not all of them that actually keep themselves, like, to themselves and wait till marriage. Do you understand what I'm trying?
maybe lash.
Of course.
Like,
Yeah.
you understand what bro, when you want to do, for example, a survey, just enter, like, what from the university stage,
Yeah.
they do these things. Designer to them is normal. Like, when they have a boyfriend, like, it's something that, you just, like, go and do it like normal. So when you've already done, your body has already, like, been functional as it is, like, it has already, so you just keep doing it like normally, you understand?
Yeah.
So now you just keep going to all these desires, but
Fair enough.
what we're talking about here mainly is those people that have abstained themselves and their body is functional. Those ones, they go wrong mad now.
That's the
They
case,
go wrong
bro.
mad now.
But then the standards has just been raised
They
so
go
high
wrong
that
mad.
there's a certain demand that just has to be in place, and it's as though you bring all the money, you bring all the vibe, you bring everything to the table,
And what do I get in return?
but I bring myself. So I'm the price. Of course, they are our fitna, right? They are our greatest trial, right? We understand. But sister, check them out now. I'm putting myself on the table for you. Not that I want to flex on you, but I'm on myself to an extent now. I get myself. You get me? I get myself. Why do you have to make it look like I just have to go, do the grind and everything? No one is telling you to. No one is saying you bring money up. No, just
Sure,
just
exactly.
be considerate. Just be considerate. Like let's start at a level. Like let's. I'm trying to make you my team member.
Yeah.
We're trying to be a team, and the
Yeah.
goal is Jannah, bro.
Goal is
Stop
Jannah.
focusing your aspiration.
The goal is Jannah.
Dunya, of course, you shouldn't abstain from your portion of the earth as well, But then I check out now, bro, and this is what is now blowing my mind. You see, same sisters across the border of Nigeria have a whole different mindset.
A whole different
A
mindset.
whole different mindset. Now let me just read something out, yeah? Just quickly. Let me read something out quickly, yeah?
Check out.
Now just listen to this, yeah? This woman said, my son got married 3 weeks ago, and the only mahar request was 2 Quran and £100. Bro. Nikah in masjid, alhamdulillah, I have a lovely daughter-in-law. That's one.
Yeah.
You can imagine what is being requested. Now, the next person said, I'm British born and married my husband from Pakistan. I took £20 mahar, bro. I married for love, not money, wealth, not greed. Yes, I worked and brought him to the UK, bro. She brought him
To the UK.
and today is their 13th anniversary.
And like what I want to mention, like, there's a misconception, like, just based on this fact. It doesn't mean that if, for example, you subside the standard, it doesn't mean that, okay, for example, like I
Doesn't
now,
define your
it
value.
doesn't
It
define,
doesn't.
it doesn't show that, okay, like I will not treat you
It doesn't define
right,
your value.
or for example, this is, I'm gonna be like, miserly towards these things,
You're going to
no,
provide anyways.
of
Like,
course, that doesn't mean, that's
it is
not
your
the,
sole
you
responsibility
know.
as a man.
Mm.
Allah has placed that upon you.
Just like you're not looking at the
So-
clearer picture, like you go for things you believe, like, okay, like since, okay, I this is what I want, but it doesn't have the standards. What is standard? What are
Bro,
standards?
Prophet said, "Undu wala khatama min hadid."
You know?
You should get married, even if it's with an iron ring.
Wallah.
Did that iron ring define the women of the past? No.
Fatima
didn't,
radiallahu
subhanallah.
anha, she got married for what? Or rather, Ali.
Hmm.
Ali
No.
radiallahu anhu. Like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was married of Fatima,
Hmm.
his daughter.
When he told him that he needs to bring at least he brought the shield, right?
Amor, I
The armor, the shield.
So, that didn't define them. Why do we think that this will define
like
our women? How? Why?
if we're talking about really, big mahars like that anyone could think of, they are much more deserving of it.
Of course.
Like, to be honest,
Let's be honest, bro.
they are much more deserving of it because
honest, bro.
you know now.
Yes, now 100%.
You know the updates now.
Come on, bro. You guys now to just try get visa and ball out, boy, because as they had for year now, doctor said you own do some ball out, so bro, I swear, bro.
Because like the situation
It's deep, man.
is deep.
Bro, what are the same? Could you just tell us like what are the same statements,
these in
same need? What do women out there? What do they need? What are they looking for?
Let's read a couple.
Okay.
And this is a matchmaking what's it called?
Platform.
Matchmaking platform.
Yeah.
So there's this sister, she's only 19.
Imagine
She's only 19.
mindset.
She's ethnically Indian. She resides in India as well.
Okay.
Just look at what she's looking for in a spouse.
Okay.
I'm seeking to marry a practicing Salafi brother.
Okay.
Somebody who fears Allah and knows the rights of his wife. Somebody who enjoys seeking knowledge and has a good character and conduct. He must be earning a halal income.
Period.
Now, look what she's bringing to
Is
the
that it?
table. Like, calm down. We never finish.
You sure say
She said, I'm a Salafi sister who is currently doing a bachelor's of arts. I pray five times. I pray 5 times daily.
yeah?
And I try to practice Islam according to the Quran and Sunnah upon the understanding of Salaf. I'm currently memorizing the Quran. I listen to Islamic lectures and try to implement them in my life. I love to spend time with my family, exploring nature, and I want to seek knowledge about Islam in depth. I'm willing to relocate. I wear jilbab and niqab.
Subhanallah. She's willing to relocate.
She's willing
Just
to
so you know,
check it
we
out.
talk to Dr. Zakir Naik, me, compared to,
So bro, compare that to someone who's looking
This is
for
just one for many.
someone who's looking for a housing who's happy, bro.
This is just
Like,
one for many.
like startup.
Look
I
at this other
understand.
one. Look at this other one. Sometimes now when I talk say revert them, they para. She's a revert, the one I'm about to read to you.
didn't I mention this to you the other time? I told you, like a river sees she has been in, like a hot tub of oil, and she just like force herself that, yeah, this is what I want. And this is what I want.
She's only 18. She's actually an African American. She resides in Tennessee, USA. She said, I'm a revered sister of 2 years. I'm studying Islam according to the Salafi manhaj. She already knows about it, subhanAllah. And I'm currently a university student studying business. I'm very introverted, shy, and curious. I like listening to podcasts. Reading books, exploring nature, and volunteering with children. I wear the jilbab and niqab. I'm seeking to marry someone aged 22 to 32 who prioritizes sunnah in their life and is willing to help me grow in iman and knowledge. Ideally, they should want to make hijrah within the next few years and be comfortable with my plans as I seek to reside in a small farm.
Doctor. So this is why you want to know.
Lazim, Allah.
Subhanallah. And we have another one. She's an Ethiopian. She resides in Doctor's
I just want you like I want to give you examples of like the Nigerian type, just the Nigerian type.
Funny how they actually Nigerians on here.
No, we have the Nigerian
let me
type of
check now.
request. Like I'm looking for this. I'll tell you an example
Okay,
of.
let me just read out this. This is the final one, inshallah. And then he as well, he has some. Okay, I'm a sister upon the sunnah. I would describe myself as someone who is easygoing and quiet. I love being around my family. Keeping things tidy and clean is my passion. I love to cook and also watch beneficial videos online. I love working with children, especially children with special needs. I read Islamic books and seek knowledge to the best of my ability. I am open to relocating internationally.
Wow.
Then I'm seeking to marry a practicing brother upon the sunnah who is caring, kind, and easygoing. A brother who loves to seek knowledge and knows the responsibilities of marriage. A man that is patient, loyal, and loves being around family. A brother with good adab and akhlaq.
Respect with that.
Respect with that.
Now, just book a flight. Book a flight. I'll come to Nigeria. Because this person will talk say like, my name is so sister. I want a tall businessman that's living in Abuja, but he has business abroad. like, what do you have in the table?
sense.
I am busty. I am fair skinned, and I love watching K-drama,
Okay. I'm telling you, telenovelas.
and I am romantic.
I love traveling.
I love traveling. Shopping is my next is my other hobbies. Like if a brother, she won't even mention a brother. She'll be like if he can take care of my needs, then
She can, and we are good to go.
we are good
To
to
look at just weigh the different mindset.
look at the different mindset. Like it's
And not to make it seem as though we don't have practicing sisters here.
we do.
But like the rates of sisters who are already far gone into this world of fantasy compared to our, practicing sisters. Like, bro, it's an opposite thing, bro.
Of course.
Two opposite ends, bro, and it's by far there's a distance,
By
bro.
far.
And they're just so few, bro. Very, very few, bro. Minute.
And that's where where it brings us. Like not all of us are perfect.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, talking about like how you've reformed yourself.
Yeah.
Like things you've seen in the past.
No.
Like and make you like, for example, like if you'd seen me before, like let's say 10 years ago, you wouldn't believe like, okay, these are my like goals in life right now.
Yeah.
You understand?
I
Because
mean,
like
one gets to such
understand?
points in their lives. And
so
the
we
more
all
you
have
grow-
different type of things, things that makes us who we are. Understand?
Yeah. To be honest, and some of these things, they keep. That's what's actually killing the self-esteem of men over here. We don't even feel table some of these kind of matters because in the first place, the bar has been raised so high, you cannot now even open up to a woman's family, even if you're really, really interested. Why? Because there's the fear of you being defined by tribe. There's the fear of you being defined by apparent risk, current risk. There's this one. Yeah. And this one also still is attached to the Daf of King, bro, and lack of tawakkul in Allah. Now, harm and safety as well is also ascribed to like a religion. It's ascribed to a tribe rather, in the sense that if I'm with this guy, if I'm not with someone that's a Yoruba man that's in this XYZ, then I am not safe. Just it's so also still like very similar to just the tribe itself, but this is like a deeper depth. What do I mean? If I'm married to a Nupe man, like me, there's a high tendency
Yeah, jazz man.
jazz will fall out, and they're like, subhanAllah, bro, I need to commit shirk. Okay, if I'm not really looked at as a picture, the family will commit shirk, you go to, and so the fear is so much is there as there's no more relying on Allah for protection, but relying on a tribe for safety. And Allah said in the Quran, "Inna aradani Allah bidurin halunna kashfa tuduri." If Allah wishes harm upon you, is there anyone who can hold it?
Allah.
And if Allah wishes rahmah upon you, mercy upon you, is there anyone who can hold it? What did Allah say? قل حسبي الله. We should say Allah is enough for us.
Allah.
عليه يتوكل المتوكلون. Those who truly rely on who? Rely on Allah. And that reminds me also as well, because the guys themselves, because we're trying to take this matter from the angle of how women are not really being considered and the likes here in Nigeria. The guy himself, bro, you should go out, like all out, and also try your possible best to, like, look for sustenance. You can't just relax and say you're waiting for the time. I really don't buy the idea of a guy saying he's waiting for the time. What do I mean? Umar radiallahu anhu went to the mosque one day, and then he saw some people, praying, doing zikr and their lives. Why are you guys not? And he asked them, why are you guys not going out there? Why are you guys not going out to seek Allah's sustenance? You know what they told him? They said, "Nahnu mutawakkilun." We are people who truly rely on Allah. He told them, "Bal antum mutaakkilun." You guys are people who eat from the labor of
Other people.
other people's work. Because the true mutawakkilun is someone who plants a seed in the earth and now relies in Allah. And that brings the hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where it said, if only we truly rely like the birds rely in Allah, they go out hungry, right? And they come back full. Yeah. So as a guy, truly relying on Allah, right? But bro, come on, go also.
Yeah, of course.
The grind is real, bro. Of course. Because some of the guys are like, yeah, these guys are tabling the matter. They're saying stuff that these women are like that. We understand, bro. Buckle up to me, bro. Like, this is marriage, man. A serious trouble. I'm not here to come and tell you the requirements. You should do this, do that. But I'm gonna go seek knowledge and know what is upon you, for a woman, and to provide for a woman, and work towards it as well. Don't just relax and, okay, I'm waiting for my time. Bro, I hear a lot of people say they're waiting for their time. What do you mean you're waiting for your time?
Yeah.
Of course, you should wait for your time, because it won't happen unless Allah has ordained it. Yeah. But you should take that path. One guy will be like, I did wait first. You can reach like 35. You can reach like 30 or 32. I will marry. That, and that guy is like 22. The guy is like 22. Who promised you 24?
Right. You are saying 24. You don't even go too far, say.
Who promised you 24? No. Like, just,
Yeah.
Who promised you 24? So, to me, I feel like this guy is one aspect that we guys as well, we should really look at and just try to work towards too. Maybe say with us, women, they try to do that, but that's you deep down, bro. You're not putting in the work. It doesn't make sense.
Have we done the cards?
Yeah, about the cards, yeah. That's
you want to pick your person?
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay, we actually have the reminder hoods, what's it called? Cards that we actually
sorry?
We actually like shuffle, yeah. To
I can't.
I don't remember. We shouldn't be speaking about that. Okay. So yeah, doctor.
Okay.
Your card and just give it.
Just pick anyone.
Yeah, let me go with this.
Okay, I say one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
it's a question. Oh, okay.
Okay.
A deep one.
A deep one.
Yeah. And this is just like our way of, like, these cards are meant to like just help us, bring in certain parts of our experiences in life and the likes. So you chose this question. Right?
Okay.
Which do you fear more? Returning to sin or becoming arrogant in faith?
Wow. This is a tough one. Who made this question? Because when you take a look at it, like the moment you said returning to sin, or what being
arrogant in faith.
Being arrogant in faith. Wow.
You're short of words.
I'm short of words, because like when you take a look at both, they are, that's why you call it like pick your poison. It's a difficult one.
It's a difficult one, no doubt.
But
just to give a half time, just to slide away.
I would go with the being arrogant in faith. Because when you go back to the sin, you can always retrace back your steps. It's easier for you to retrace back your steps. And with the will of Allah, like you will receive guidance and things like that. But when you are arrogant in faith, there's a time when you don't you don't actually like listen to anybody. You feel like you've reached that pinnacle that
And
you
that
feel
can
like
be detrimental.
it can destroy you from the inside, because
You know,
you feel like the knowledge inside you, like no one can tell you. Like if someone is talking to you, you just be like, I know about this, like I know how to fix myself, like. And that is why you see, like when people most of the time when they go to Egypt, Yemen, and they go seeking for knowledge, and they go with the Salafis,
Yeah.
like you know like there's a time when you have to
but
like put yourself in the middle. You don't go to that extremist extent,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know
finding a balance.
very, very careful,
Yeah.
because you're talking about, like, when we talk about like Iblis, the knowledge that he has, like when we're reading his history, we're seeing that he have been thousands of years. Like how many years have we been in this world? Just years, 20, 30 years, and you would be here for like, let's say, 100. But we're talking about Iblis being, like, I'm not talking about like the aftermath. I'm talking about when he was a believer. I'm talking about thousands of years. Then after that, he now, stayed, with all the prophets that came for how many years? Billions of years. He's still here. Like you can imagine the knowledge. But what got to him was that arrogant. Like he felt that, like I knew too much. Like he felt like, I know all the secret of, like, everything.
Yeah.
So he felt like, there's nothing new
I know
that
too much or
he
something like
knew. That was when
I
he was
think I
feeling.
think
So
it reminds me
that arrogance
this
is,
this thing you're saying is profound.
mm,
In a way, because it reminds me of one statement of our scholars, Ibn Qayyim, Ibn Jawzi, Rahmatullah,
mm,
Rahimahullah Ta'ala. I don't know which one of them. They said, one of them said, be scared for one who falls into sin out of arrogance,
true.
and don't be scared for one who falls into sin out of desire. For one who falls into sin out of desire, it's like our father Adam alayhi salam,
No,
who
so,
fell
so.
into sin out of desire,
Mm,
and look at what happened to him. He was sent down, but he was still forgiven,
mm.
right?
That's what I was.
And
The same thing I was mentioning.
Iblis fell into sin out of arrogance.
Arrogance.
Bow to, they were asked all to bow to Adam alayhi salam, and then he refused. And look at his case.
Look at
He's
the
first
look at the
to-
gravity.
Yeah.
Look at
first
the
to go
gravity of
to
both.
find. So yeah, that makes sense.
Mm,
Better. So
I think I should be the one to ask you, Yanzu.
ask me.
Yeah,
So
it's on
ask
the
me?
cards, yeah.
Yeah, but are you sure you don't have anything to say about?
No, I mean, we still do to an extent. I mean,
Let's-
since we've
let's-
started.
let's
Okay.
vibe. Let's
We
vibe.
still
We still have a couple of things to drop. I mean, yeah, for us
Yeah, we was talking about how
regarding
we are in
women
need
marriage
of-
and and the
we're
likes.
in need, like we are at that point in our lives now. I mean, if we're being real with ourselves, nobody will sit down and say that fire sir.
no, that's the truth.
Not. And this
To
is
be honest.
something again that I like about. Obviously, there are always going to be parents that they know what's up and they don't really want such things for their kids. So they actually try to step up.
Yeah.
Like Long Barrick, I have a cousin of mine.
Yeah.
We're age mates. So he got married to his classmates. Long Barrick.
Mashallah.
Got supported by his family and they did everything for him, and such a beautiful thing that happened. There are many cases like this, so it's not just specific to him, but I'm saying, parents can actually, especially if you are affluent and you can actually shoulder it. Don't be this type of parents that will be like, you're try to make things easy for them, You are helping them. And aside parents, even, like there was this series I was watching a few days back about, I think, the fake of marriage. Sheikh Mustafa Shaybani. There's this masjid in Manchester, in the UK. So he spoke about how if the affluence from amongst us, if Allah has blessed you with wealth and you want reward, like you should look for the singles that you feel like, yes, I can actually help these people. They have everything they just struggle financially.
That's another way of
Yeah.
curbing
In
zina.
fact, Islam
Sure.
encourages this. Starting from your family and then you go, because there's always going to be situations like this.
That's another way of curbing zina.
That's another way.
Like you're giving me insights to plans that
Like,
online.
I mean, with knowing what goes on, like in university and the likes, I mean,
Sure.
Allah make it easy for us. I mean, we don't
Wallahi.
want anyone to pass through that.
It still bugs me. I think we were talking about it the other day, bro. That's Imran got married with £6.
£6.
Bro, I'm literally richer than him currently
That's
when he actually got married, bro. And look at me. It's Allah, bro. Literally richer than Ustaz Imran right now when he got married. But look at how Allah split his life, bro. That's the real definition. Another definition of in yakunu fuqara yughnihimullahu min fadlihi.
yeah.
His life
Exactly.
is flipped. I'm very sure that his wife right now is going to be happy she chose him.
Of course.
She's going to be happy she chose him. And also,
This is
I
what we are
think
talking
a lot of
about.
bags, man, they're really doing a lot.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah.
You don't judge a man's situation with what's
There you see
What's
the
happening
future
to
of
us,
the future of his wealth based on the present situation that he is
you're
in.
looking down upon today.
Like, bro.
He might become something,
And, And like, bro. And so, to our people, yeah, this is one of the reasons why, we're indulging in, we're starting a movement like this. Of course, no one is saying men should go out on rampage, they like protest X, Y, and Z.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not the case, But like, we've taken it upon ourselves to call out stuff like this, things that you feel at the back of your mind, things you suffer, both men, women, and the likes, And this is why the whole Reminderhood podcast has been started. We're going to have guests, from inshallah from different
walks of life.
different works
Exactly.
fields and the likes, and have a cheeky chat with them. And this is to for you to grow, for you to have a switch, a different mindset when it comes to life and the likes, So just consider this like this is the start of something great, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Start of something great, and a lot from our inspiration is the righteous and rich, and
Shout out to
Allah,
Ustaz
Ustaz
Imran,
Imran,
Abu
bro.
Noor,
Ustaz
Ustaz
Imran,
Saad,
Fawaz,
Fawaz Central.
my guy.
No, Fawaz no problem. Allah
Fawaz, my guy.
No
So
problem.
Allah, these brothers were like they came together.
Abu Bakr,
Abubakar, yeah, Musafir, right?
the Musafir. I think
Allah,
it's now
May Allah,
Hajar or something
Allah,
like that.
Allah reward you guys all too, because Allah, because we've seen you guys do it from the western part of the world, and now you guys are in UAE. Things are a bit different now,
Yeah.
Allah, because we too want to be able to make those impacts that you guys have been able to.
Inshallah.
And inshallah, hopefully,
Inshallah.
someone out there also benefit from.
Yeah.
So yeah, long back, and Allah increase you guys in goodness. Yeah,
I mean, also
So, yeah.
the likes of Muhsin,
yeah. Once in man,
Abdul Jawad,
it's your word.
Abul Ihsan,
Yeah,
You're the doctor.
Yeah, I understand.
one of my beloved Sheikh, Ustaz Abul Fasiha Salafi, Abu Sekina, inshallah. I hope you guys will get to see this.
Actually, that's not what you should be saying, bro. You shouldn't just be calling them out. You should get ready.
They should get ready.
Yeah, that's the case.
They should get ready.
Just get ready.
Hope say when I hear wa.
Just get ready. Yeah, they should get ready. Yeah, the doctor himself has a couple people that, inshallah.
Inshallah,
Of
definitely.
course, it's not just something that just anybody, but like if you feel like you have, like we said, the focus is letting sinners live their past life in the past, and focus
Exactly.
on the present,
Yeah.
right? So I myself have my story. Some of you know,
Yeah.
some of you don't, and yeah, we all have our stories, right?
Exactly.
So the thing is, we hope that inshallah this will be beneficial. If you see yourself as being one whom is meant to be here, yeah, you can always reach out to us, yeah, and because we're just trying to be the voice, yeah, just the voice. We're not doing too much, we're not doing too less, The whole idea is to help, by putting some of these things out, and hoping that someone grows, we also get to grow better, as Allah, as Prophet says, Allah,
So,
Allah will help a man just the way a man helps his brother, So this is like one of the things we want each and every one of you to have like at the back of your mind, no hard feelings, no nothing, just just the truth and heartfelt message, right?
Heartfelt message, yeah,
Heartfelt
exactly.
message. So yeah, I think with that we can round up the podcast itself and get
Mm,
back to the questions,
Cards, isn't it?
right?
yeah, exactly.
So those the honors, yeah.
Pass on the cards.
Those the honors, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Or you should give.
Interesting. Which one?
I speak.
Just
Let me go through this one, innit?
ah, interesting. How do you keep your heart alive when the world tries to drag you back?
Mm, mm, mm. How do you keep your heart alive when the world is trying to drag you back?
Bro. Bro, it's through the remembrance of Allah, bro. That's how I keep it alive. And it may be something that maybe someone may see as, of course, of course, it has to be through the members of Allah, man out and they create another way.
الشيطان ضنك على بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب.
Like I've always had situations where, bro, heart is actually gets really heavy, bro. And Allah, the only thing that helps me is actually detaching myself every now and then from the dunya itself. So yeah, when
It does get like that sometimes.
yeah, so the whole thing for me, bro, and I really tried my possible best to make a realistic variable because most of what comes to me is as a result of my sin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the harm that comes to me, if I don't make a mistake somewhere, then something doesn't fall on me, right? A test doesn't befall me if I don't actually, so yeah, and this is something that everyone falls in every now and then, bro. So yeah, the best thing I do is just try my possible best to stay connected, with the Quran and
Afghan.
my adhkar, bro. That's what it is for me, to be honest.
Just try to send forth as
So
many
sometimes it
good
goes,
deeds as you can.
there are days that sometimes you yourself you're trying to reach out. Brothers are trying to reach out. This guy, your phone will go, bro. I usually have this every once in a month,
Same.
once every month, just detach
Same one, like
from everything and just, bro,
just focus
just,
on
yeah.
it.
because it happens every now
Around
and
it.
then. It happens every now and then.
15?
So
15 minutes.
yeah.
So inshallah, we got 15
And
minutes.
that's okay. You can just
All right. So I'm gonna be asking.
take it back.
No, see it here.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be asking you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's shuffle the cards. Mashallah. So you can pick your
Pick
poison.
any. Okay. I think I should go with this one.
Taking with the. Yeah. Okay. Mashallah. How has your dua changed from your old life until today?
I feel like it's the perfect one for him, man.
Subhanallah.
Alright, bro.
How has your dua changed?
This is a deep one.
It's deep. It's deep.
Suits you right.
It's deep.
I mean, we thank Allah Azza wa Jal for hidayah, for guidance,
Alhamdulillah.
and changed priorities. And the more you grow, the more you realize what the focus should actually be. So I would say, obviously, we've all been through our, ups and downs. So, and in every up and down that happens in one's life, you learn a thing or two. So Allah Azza wa Jal is from his beautiful names is Al-Mujib, the responsive one, and the one that hears, when you call on to him sincerely.
ومن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه.
Yeah, there are times that I've been in certain situations, but to be honest, from my lens, if you say that there's going to be a way out, at that point, I'll tell you I don't see it. I might not necessarily voice it out to you, but you'd see it on my face. But regardless, I've always had that ounce of hope within me. And just like I said, Allah is merciful. So change priorities, know what the focus should be, and we try our best to seek the pleasure of Allah as much as we can, whichever way we can possible. I hope this gives an
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, mashallah. Wouldn't take a
You,
huh?
you, not me. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
why you look me outside the question to talk.
Do you ever feel like you lost a piece of your identity living your past life?
Do I ever feel I've lost my
A
identity?
piece of your identity living behind your past life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like these cards now set up.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Don't scripture
The,
around them.
the reason why I'm actually like quite because I'm actually trying to recall who I was before, like my priorities, my goals, like like my identity as a whole, who I was.
Changes.
You can tell the
Think about it.
the change is immense. Of course, I wouldn't, I wouldn't even say like I had peace back then because like I was just in turmoil. Like everything just felt like everything was scattered all over the place, and I was just like I was juvenile, just trying to put my goals to myself. Like
Yeah.
during that time, one of my goals was just to be a rapper. Actually, subhanallah,
Allah Akbar.
I was just trying to say okay, like having to uplift, like I had celebrities I look up to,
Looked up to,
and
yeah.
just trying to be like them. So that wouldn't be peace. That wouldn't be peace. I remember, I recall when I actually tried to retrace my life back to Allah, and then seeing all those things I used to do before. Yeah, during that time, like, I used to recall like there would be certain times that like it would be months that I wouldn't be even pray Salat al-Isha because I would just be like lost in the moment, like doing my own things. Like, so when I think of it right now, I'll be like how much of peace I have lost. Like, because like, can you imagine like someone telling you that like I haven't prayed Isha like for months, like how detrimental that is, so you don't call that peace. So alhamdulillah, like I'd say like for who I am right now, like way things are going, and just remember what the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, it's not how you start, it's how you end. Is that the khatam?
Yeah.
Like so that's what we pray for, like give us that ending. It's not how you start, how
The goal is to
is that
die
ending.
Upon it.
You can
upon it.
start in a good way and end in a bad way,
SubhanAllah.
So did you lose that
You
piece
know.
of identity?
So
The
I'd
guy
say
that
like,
didn't have peace.
yeah, exactly. But alhamdulillah, we can say like, inshallah, we pray for Allah's hidayah and like peace and everything, inshallah.
May Allah Azza wa Jal increase us all in
Ameen,
khayr,
ameen.
in hidayah.
How many cards do you have left?
4.
No, I think it's three.
It's 4.
Three.
4 cards, huh?
Okay. I should pick?
Yeah.
Again? Again. Okay. I think I'm thinking. Whoa! Oh yeah.
I need you to look at it. You can ask.
Oh
Alright.
yeah.
How do you approach marriage differently now compared to your past?
Wow.
How do you approach
I
marriage
see
differently
why that's deep.
now
This one
compared
na
to your
set up.
past? Like,
This one I set up.
how would your younger self see marriage?
That's interesting.
Okay, if I'm being completely honest, back then I used to think that you needed to, get to know this like person you're interested in, like for really long for a long period of time before you guys actually get to decide whether you want to settle together or not. But then hopping on this path, alhamdulillah, I got to realize that you don't actually get to know someone completely like you think you would until you actually live with them. People mostly would show you what they want you to see and what they want you to know about them.
It's deep for life, bro.
But I mean, you can judge from the apparent.
I still remember last
Sure.
telling my sister the same thing.
So now I would say that there is a shift in mentality, and alhamdulillah, you see you're interested, you try to see how you can, have quick 1-2s, and try to make yourself known as soon as possible. Like, preferably, if you know any of her male relative, you try to, get on with that as soon as you can. Sometimes that can be difficult because you might actually see someone and you cannot really tell this by just merely, so you would have to interact with them, like obviously within the bounds of boundaries of Sharia, like to try to see how you can get that. And I know the case is different for everyone. Some people didn't necessarily have to go through all this, they were match made. Let me say this. But then we make mistakes. We ask Allah to forgive us, and we keep learning. So who is to pick Yanzu? Okay.
Yeah. Just give me the right one.
One.
Yeah.
We got two. I feel like we should do Sindaba Lokochi again. You'd pick one, Doctor.
All right.
So yeah,
Me picking this.
that's it.
Yeah, me picking this card. It says, if you could tell your younger self one spiritual truth, what would it be? Basically,
Wow.
that's a tough one. So, I'd actually like just appear like how you appear like from the time machine. Yeah, and I'll be like, brother, Assalamu alaikum. You can see that you finally have beards. So it's gonna be a good one, inshallah. The only thing I would say is like, be patient. That's the only thing, because like so many things during that time, I wanted to be an adult. I wanted to, have everything like, at once. Like it was just everything. Everything was about rushing, like, and another thing is like, just no matter what happens in life, like Allah is the best of planners. وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. That's my favorite verse until today, because you plan. That's why in house you plan.
said this well.
Yeah, of course. You plan, وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ, and Allah plans. And what the best of the plan is not yours, but the plan of Allah. Wallahi. Allah.
Something my favorite.
Nice having you.
It's nice having you.
Inshallah, alhamdulillah. Inshallah.
That being said, it's not, let's round it up. Respond from Hamdi. Shine down to start with part 2 with it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalam.
Allowed to
Yeah.
Shalu.